All right, good morning. Uh, Welcome to McBoss Capital live stream here. My name is Michael Chu. It's 8:45 Mountain Time right now, and let's take a quick look at the market. Okay, so here's QQQ. Very volatile morning so far. It's improved quite a bit since the open, so it's only down 0.2%. So here's the daily chart. You can see right here we hit a pretty bad low in the morning, and then we bounce back up, and then we kind of now slightly off yesterday's low or the previous day's low. So here's the gap down, then we slide lower, and then I believe there was some rumor that maybe there's a pause in the tariff, but turns out probably not true. The market bounced really fast, and then it pretty quickly dissipate there. And so right now we're gonna see if we can hold at least this low intraday. If not, then probably it will come back down and test the low once more. So that's what's happening. In terms of growth stocks here, we do have a slightly bigger list this morning, but then a lot of them turned back negative. It went positive, and then it went back negative. So so this list is constantly changing right now. Now the volume is super high as far as the market. So here you can see, despite Friday's super sell off, we have even bigger volume today. So it's possible that the you know I mean, I don't want to say it's all the bad news are baked in, but I mean, EU could retaliate right now. Other countries could retaliate. That could bring the market down, again. Um, but we do have really high volume right now. If I go back to QQQ here on the daily, you can see the volume is already, um, if I go to, you can see on the daily chart even, like the volume is so high, and 800% right now above average. That is incredible. Um, so it's almost like some sort of capitulation happening this morning. Um, so so in that sense, maybe again, there's no for sure, but there's a high chance that maybe we have hit a bottom. But really, the more important thing is how the market's going to close today. Because if it does close green or even at this level, you know, maybe we could have some support. Now that doesn't mean it won't come back and test. We still could test the lows here once more. Generally, the market doesn't bottom that quick. Um, we might have a bottom, but I'm saying like it might not just bounce back right away, right? It could be a chop face, around here, and then try to test the low, whether it go below it or whether it doesn't matter. The point is it takes time, and then maybe eventually it'll bounce. So maybe go back to I've talked about this once before, but let's talk about it again. 1987. Let's look at Dow in that time frame. 7. So this is what happened to Dow. So you have like, 1, 2, 3, and then this is the day where, again, it almost seems like today. Um, but that was Tuesday back then, because the Black Monday was this day right here where it dropped, 20%. And then Tuesday it went lower. So it's kind of like today it went lower after Friday sell, and but it bounced back and it closed slightly green right here. You can see where it closed right there. So then it go up for a couple of days and then it come back down. You can see trying to test the lows again. Not the super low here, but this low. And then it tests that, goes back up again, then comes back down again, goes back up, comes back down. Like it's so choppy, right? Look at this action here. And look at this. Test this, try to test this low again. Um and then we move forward to say 2 months later. Then this was the last test right here. And then it goes up, goes down, goes up, and then it's just very choppy. You can see the action. And eventually, let's move forward to June of the following year. You can see it's still very choppy. So it takes a long time, but the 200-day slowly like catching up, and this short-term moving average 10, 21, 50-day all flatline as 200-day come down. We'll go to the end of the year. So eventually it crosses this, and then it came back down once more to 200-day to test it, and then here again, it's just constantly uh, testing this, and this is a really long choppy market, and we could be in this situation, and hence a lot of volatility intraday, even from day to like week to week, which is not good for position trader, because you can't really get in even for intermediate term like 1 month rally, because you can see how much it dropped. So I hope this is not going to happen, but there's a high chance this is going to happen, especially if the tariffs going to keep going. Okay, so that's that. Let's go look at the stocks in the move here. Yeah, I think all the index are pretty much down. So we go to cnbc.com here just to show you. The Nasdaq is just kind of going back and forth. So now it looks like it's green again. I don't know if that's delayed. Let me just double check. Yeah, so it has bounced back again. So it's just very choppy market. Like I don't know why there's a gap here. Let me refresh. Some issue here, but it seems like it has test the low just now, because it went up and then it pulled back, and so it looks like it's tested the low and now it's bouncing again. So that's good news. Okay, so let's go look at stocks on the move. So yeah, ideally we should. So now we're back to 20 stocks again. You can see the volume really high today, really high. Like so GE. So here's the bounce right here. So I took a position here for a quick trade. So what I'm expecting for a quick trade is the 10-day. So here's a 10-day. Right now it's sitting at this level. So if it does come back, it may most likely come back to the 10-day. So that's GE. It's high volume, 500% right now. Earnings pretty stable. Sales slightly missed this quarter, but okay, double digits next 3 quarters. And it has strong run before, and yeah, so that's that one. So here is GE and tracking it. It's still under the 10-day moving average, but like I said, for me again, I'm doing a quick check on this. Please do your own due diligence, and my style is different than your trading style, so everyone's different. Manage your risk as well, all that stuff. Okay, next one, SE. This one is also high volume, 400%. So this is a Singapore stock, e-commerce. Found support 200-day, bounce off near the 100 level. Again, um, you can see the 10 days right there, so pretty far away. It could be bouncing back to that as well. That's this one. AEM, that's gold. So gold has corrected as well recently, the last few sessions, and you can see it fell all the way below the 50-day line. Again, today it's bouncing back. This one is bouncing back a lot faster. The gold stocks are bouncing back a lot faster. Like today is a big bar reversal. So this is AEM right here. Next one we have TRGP. Here's the 200-day. It went all the way to 150 level. Right now it's bouncing back. This is an oil and gas refining. Let me see the earnings here. Pretty strong earnings and sales here. That's this one right here. So I'm gonna mark this. Possibly trade this later. Let's continue. LPLA. Again, strong earnings sales here, rebounding right there. Again, this one, a lot of stocks pretty much went below 200-day. The thing is, I really like today's action because we came down below it on Friday, like this one, below 200-day, and today we went further lower. But look at where it is now. It's now above 200-day. So not only we test the 200-day, we went lower, and then we come back. So it shaken a lot of people out this morning, on high volume again, 200%, pretty high volume. LPLA, financial firm. CTAS. Um, well, CTAS reported recently, so this one is one that has reported just last week. Single digit sales, lower digit, high single digits earnings. So it's not super strong for me, but looks like it's also finding support here. So that's in commercial service outsourcing. Next we have Palantir and App, which are the two big stars from last rally. It looks like it's also bouncing back here. So if we go to an intraday chart, for example, so again, this is the gap down, then very quickly it moved up. It didn't test the low of the day. Well, it didn't come down below it. Then it moves up really strong. It pulled back really strong here, and then now it has bounced. So very similar to the market index right now. So that's Palantir. So again, you can see this one is closer to the 10-day right here, right? So this morning even went pretty close to it. So this one has bounced back also faster than more other stocks. It hasn't gone down as much as other stocks. That's the reason why it's so close to the 10-day. Obviously, again, today, like most stocks are still under the downtrend. As I mentioned over the weekend video, 98% of growth stocks under their 10-day moving average, the green line right here. So usually it's better to buy above that line because once they go back above, you have a higher chance the uptrend can be sustainable. And of course, it has gone through time now, almost more than a month now of correction. So that's also important. But anyhow, Palantir. And then we have app here. So for most people, probably this is not the time to get into stocks unless you are very quick on your trade, um, stuff like that. Because things could turn very ugly tomorrow, right? You never know. News coming out every day, and yeah. So this one is also very close to the 10-day. So this one looks. It also found support at 200-day here. That's good. GFI. That's a gold stock. Gold field. It's also bouncing from its 50-day here. Looks okay. So all the gold stocks are bouncing. Even this morning before the move, when the market opened, they bounced very quick. It was one of the first one to bounce. Um, so those are good. Let's continue. Spotify. Spotify is one of the stocks. Like same as Netflix, both of them subscription based. Analysts like them because they'll be probably less hurt by the terrorists. Um, but yeah, look at this test the low here of this line and then bounce all the way back to 10-day. Like look at how fast it come back to 10-day. That's incredible. Probably even though it's not above 10-day, I probably will get into this. There's high risk of failure, but I really like this stock, and so Netflix, same thing. Test the low here, bounce back. The 10 days right here, so it's not that far away from it. So that show relative strength. You can see the relative strength is climbing, and it's actually a new high. Believe it or not, that's amazing. It just shows how well the stock has been performing relatively to S&P and most other stock basically. So those two are probably, like I said, a lot of analysts favor it because they're based on subscriptions, and most people are less likely that it will impact by tariffs, right? Versus like some goods or something. We have Reddit. So a lot of these old names, growth names, are showing up today, which is good because they represent the growth sector. So this one's up 5%. Again, this one pretty far from the 10-day. Um, did find support this morning. This one has corrected a lot, 60%. So Let's continue with this. Let's see. CLS. So a lot of these are familiar names. CLS, electrical contract manufacturing, have to deal with a lot of the support for AI data centers. So here's the bounce. Very strong bounce this morning. It didn't even make a new low. Wow, look at that. It didn't even make a new low today. That's a really strong sign of this stock recovering. That's amazing. But to me, this is actually making a higher high than yesterday. So yeah, this is a very strong action today. Didn't make a new low, make a higher high. Yeah, this is really good. CLS. Uh, we have Pan American Silver here. So 10 days right there. It's coming back to the 200 day, very similar to some of the gold charts here. Looks pretty good. I think this one is not on my list because there's 0% earnings here. But yeah, overall it looks pretty much similar. Rengo, the market is very volatile. Um, Here's the earnings sales. So gold is yeah. So this is where it's at right now, and this is a 10-day pound support at 50-day. So it's okay. Um, yeah. Or let's Rango. R what's the symbol? RGLD. We already talked about Netflix. RCL. Wow, this name hasn't shown up in a long time. That's the travel area. For this one's for cruise. So this one also corrects significantly. Undercut lows this morning. Now it's green. Um, Again, you know, I'm going to stress this. It's very important when the market closed today. This is still very early. Anything can happen. If Trump comes out and said there's no negotiation, the market's going to tank again. So just be mindful that like this market is very heavily focused on the macro news right now, especially anything that Trump says. So I just want to make that clear. Anything can change. EQT, but at least today we're seeing stocks like this is another one. It didn't make a new low, and it's higher today. Super high volume. So some of these stocks may have found some support. Is what I'm trying to get at here. One second. Change my earbud here. Usually I listen to IBD as well. Some of you probably listen to IBD live, so I appreciate if you also follow my channel at the same time. So coming back to EQT, yeah, this looks promising. Really good earnings sales. This is oil and gas as well. So oil and gas has been hit hard, right? And um, the only challenge is if oil keep going down, and that's what Trump administration wants to do is they want to make oil price really low. This this might not last, this trend is all I'm saying. Yeah. But again, maybe possible for a quick trade here. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. Next stock here. XMTR. Uh, oh man. This is manufacturing. Um, and the machinery stuff. So it is improving. Pretty good earnings actually. Sales also good. It's reporting in 30 days, so that's far away. So that's another thing that earnings might be coming up soon that could have huge impact as well on the market in general. Companies may revise their guidance down and so forth. So I don't know. There's lots of risks for sure. So something to be mindful. This one did make a slightly lower low, but then it now pretty high up here. XMTR looks good. Let's take a quick look at the market right now. It looks like Nasdaq is still flat right now. Dow S&P is down. Russell is flat as well. Wow, interesting. So not sure. Okay, so my like when you look at the ETF for IWM, it's actually down still 0.6% for Russell. So this might be a little bit delayed, you know. But anyhow, still looks okay the market. Very early in the morning. We're at 9:12 a.m. Mountain Time, 11 a.m. Eastern Time. We still have many hours of trading, so things could change. The key is the market can hold even the intraday lows today. Like the intraday lows, this one, first one, this is the second one. So if we can build on this lows, higher lows, like even this one right here, that'll be really good. Because yeah, that'll be really good. That'll give me more confidence to add position throughout the day here, as if that's continue. Of course, understand that over the weekend, news, all over media about the chaos. Um, at least that's could be perceived as some chaos around this trade stuff and all the protests and all. So there might be a lot of people placing into their mutual fund and to sell today. And a lot of those funds may be selling any time of the day, usually even by end of day. Um, so like I said, we don't know how it's going to close. That is going to be the key. Uh, if this moves up, let's say, and we even come close to the previous high today, and then it comes back down, that is really bad. That is probably more negative than just not moving up. Um, but if we're able to slowly move up and even like I said, even close near today's open, that is a big, you know, big recovery. Um, and also we tested the low, and it's gonna be especially if we can close green today. Okay, but the market is very volatile right now. I'm looking at it. QQQ is down again. So that's how fast things are changing, like constantly. Look at this bar right now. It just came back down all of a sudden. So anyhow, so we have let me track EQT. It's Macy, Bros, Lore, HWM, UI. I mean, there's gonna be so many stocks on this list right now. The key is can the market hold? Right now it's keep dropping. It's now 1.8% again. So there's really like this list constantly change so throughout the day. So I mean you can build your watch list this way. That's what I usually do. But right now really until we certain the market can hold these lows here, which it looks like it just broke it. Uh, very volatile as you see. It looks like we just broke that low. So we'll see how this trade. Like no one knows. It could bounce back. You don't know. We have 4 to 5 hours left of trading, so anything happens. So thank you for watching this stream today. Uh, safe trading. Um, I think a lot of analysts, even IBD Live mentioned, until there's some, which we saw earlier, this rise here very quickly. Like I think, look at this. This is in 4 5 minute bar. The market climbed so fast. When there's some good fundamental news about the tariff stuff, then we can see maybe the market might turn around. Until that happens, I don't know. Of course you can argue, hey, things are oversold, but things can always be more oversold. I believe the wicks went above 50 this morning. Yes, 54. Um, so continue to see this wicks, how it's gonna continue playing out. It's off the highs right now. So like I said, volume is super high, definitely signs of capitulation, and there's definitely a high chance that short-term bottom is set in here today. There's a high chance. Now, with that being said, like I said, market is still very volatile. Uh, Depending on how you trade, you could be chopped up and so forth. So, um, yeah, I think those are my last words for the day. Let's see how it goes. And as they progress, if I continue to see the intraday lows hold up, then I will slowly add some positions, at least for short-term trading. And and like I said, the two stocks, Spotify, Netflix, seems to be uh, the two that hold up pretty well. Um, and yeah, other than that, the Max 7 right now, other than Tesla and Apple, most of them are near like within 1%. But Apple, Netflix, and Tesla are down 4 to 5% right now. Again, the tariff news is still impacting them significantly. Here's Tesla. Looks like it may have hit a new low this morning, 214, but it has recovered a little bit. Apple, this one really falls hard. Like, yeah, this one falls really hard. Yes, because a lot of the stuff is made in China and other countries. Um, so yeah, thank you for watching. And one last check here. QQQ is down around 0.9%. This one is, again, it moves so fast. Right here, it just updated 0.9%. So again, we'll see. It's still below yesterday's low. It'll be good if it goes green today. That will boost more confidence. Um, that maybe the selling is near over. The last thing I will show is stochastics. So we are back at the lows again. So that's kind of indicate a little bit like some oversold conditions here. Um, yeah, and there's lots of oversold conditions, right? Like all the secondary indicators are being hit on Friday. Um, 10 to 1 ratio selling, high volume, all that stuff. So at some point, the market will be exhausted in selling once all this fear goes around. And the key is, and I heard this many times now in the last few days, if there's bad news and the market doesn't go down on those bad news, then the selling is probably done. Uh, so right, looks like QQQ is again moving back up again. It's super volatile. Like I know it's just a 5 minute bar. That's what I'm saying. It's just every it's just constantly moving 1% one way or the other, even in the 5 minute bar. That's how volatile this market is. But overall, again, we're holding this bottom. Again, even this test here looks good because it bounced back right away rather than just crash through it. So there's lots of hopeful signs right now. But again, we won't know. Let's just see how the day progress. Thank you for watching. Have a very good day.